morning, Captain Evil.
Good morning.
Steve Trevino here, and Captain Evil going straight into the intro.
I was about to say, is this like our first time to actually do a proper welcome?
I had to catch you off surprise. I had to catch you by surprise. And what do you got there? What's going on with that?
With what? This is not leopard. This is snake.
I know it's
faux snake.
Faux. Where did you get that one?
It's faux snake. Actually, I went shopping with my mama, and I told her, I was like, Mom, this is so cute. You have to buy one. And then I'm not going to lie, like 2 weeks later, I found it on sale even cheaper, and I loved it so much, so I ordered it for myself.
Oh, good. I thought that was the one that you got in Fort Lauderdale at the Hard Rock.
Oh, no, that one was super expensive. That one was like...
It was a pink one, wasn't it?
It was like a $300 jacket. This is a $30 jacket. Big difference.
Not a girl. That way you can buy 10
I'm bougie on a budget.
I just told her, like, people don't understand that with Renee, she is good. Renee is very good about finding the sales and making the efforts to find things cheaper. You're very good at that.
I'm cost effective, baby.
But I told her, I go, but you don't stop spending money. You know what I mean? Like, yes, you spent $30 on that jacket, but it just keeps spending. Like, it's $30 here and $40 there. And it just never, ever, ever ends.
Oh, you said that, and I just realized I was touching my hands. I forgot to put on my wedding ring this morning. I'm telling you, I told
What
the
did
guys...
What did I tell you? When you're pregnant...
I got a ring right here.
You don't need to wear a wedding ring.
I got a ring right here.
Ain't nobody hitting on you.
No, I woke up in the middle of the night last night because I thought I left my... purse either at the pumpkin patch or at the restaurant because I set it on the chair behind me when we stopped to have lunch. And so I woke up in the middle of the night. I had to start walking around the house looking for my purse.
By the way, like, you know, all you people that listen, hopefully there's people that listen that don't have kids. Get ready for pumpkin patches.
Oh, I thought you were going to say pregnancy brain.
Dude, I have never been to so many damn pumpkin patches. So many stupid hay rides.
Yes.
But we're going to pick you up on a hay ride. And oh, my God.
No, it's kind of my fault because I love it so much. From the time he was little, I did it. I made a big deal about it. I'm just so glad he's still into it.
And they do, you know, our friends have one. It's called Gypsy River Resort.
Yeah.
And it's right on the Guadalupe River.
In our little town. It's so pretty. She does such a good job.
She does such a great job. And she has a petting zoo and... you know, little games for the kids and the face painting and the whole thing. And, you know, me and my dad are just sitting there like, you know, oh my God, dude. And it's Sunday. Like there's football games on and we're just sitting there. But Garrett loves it. I mean, Garrett's, you know, he's all about it. And, you know, he had the dragon
Where are my
paint.
tickets? Give me my tickets.
Well, and I felt bad because, you know, afterwards, you know, I don't want my paint to mess up, Dad. Because he had a dragon, right?
Yes,
it was a dragon.
It was awesome.
I don't want it to mess up, Dad. And I'm sitting there watching TV, and we always wrestle and we fight, and we play this little game where we try to sneak up on each other and see if we can't be ninjas, right? Like he'll be watching TV and I'll sneak up on him like, ninja attack! And then he's like, oh, you got me, right? So then yesterday, I sit down to watch TV. Dude, not only does he ninja attack me, he flies off the back of the sofa. We have like a what are those called? Like a buffet? Is that what you call it?
Console table behind the couch.
Yeah, there's like a thing behind the couch. He jumps off that to ninja attack me. I have no idea he's there. Dude, straight on my dick. Like straight.
Oh, I didn't even realize that's what happened.
Dude, both feet, right? And I go, oh! Like, I mean, it hurt, dude. And Garrett like immediately knew he messed up. Like,
yeah.
So then he was like, I'm sorry.
I just walked out and saw the aftermath.
So he started crying and he's like, my makeup!
The dragon wings.
My dragon! I didn't call it makeup, my pain. I go, it's okay, buddy. You can't jump on me like that when I'm not paying attention.
Yeah.
Right? But I felt bad because it was a really good ninja attack. And dude, if you would have hit me anywhere else, right? My stomach, my face, like none of that. I mean, dude, right on the balls and dick. Like both feet, hard. And I was like, oh. And he could tell, like it hurt, man. I think I peed blood. Like it was bad, man.
Oh.
So we pumpkin patched it up.
Yes.
That was fun. Oh, the last game of the Little League season.
Yes, yeah.
We had and I gotta say, like, it was so cool being a coach. I really enjoyed getting to know the parents, getting to know the kids, and I wish I could.
Well, it was good because the team was like the kids are primarily from our new neighborhood and all the parents in our new neighborhood, so it was a really good way to
get to know the parents.
Yeah.
And for me, like I'm super energetic. I love baseball, man. I love baseball, and that last practice, I have to admit, me and most of the other dads completely checked out.
The last practice?
The last practice.
Why?
And thank God for Travis, and I don't think Travis will mind if I shout him out.
Yeah.
Dude, Travis, like, he kept practice together. Like, he was the one that was still, like,
because the dads were just cracking jokes or just
burnt out,
or what?
I don't know. It was just the last, and the kids were just, like, not into it, right? And I just didn't have the energy to wrangle. And poor Travis is pitching and running over, and I'm just like...
You guys realize this is the short season, right?
Yeah.
Like, the fall ball is the short season.
But they're little.
Spring is the long one.
They're little. So, I mean, thank God for Travis and his enthusiasm for the game, right? So, so big shout out to all the dads that help because... it's not easy, man. Coaching.
No, there's probably, 5 dads for 12 kids? Boys?
And then Joey
or 6 dads?
Joey's Rover, right? Joey's kind of like, I'm here if you need me, Dad, right? But, I mean, it's definitely, but it was so cool to see, not only I think the kids had a lot of fun, but to see the progress of these kids.
Oh, even the grandparents in the stands were talking about that, about how from the beginning of the season to the end of the season, the kids. I mean, you had
kids that honestly could not hit the ball at all.
Yeah.
And to get from that to almost all the kids hitting the ball.
Yeah. Well, we were in the stands. We were laughing too because it's literally like. Anywhere you look on the field, something completely different is happening. There's one kid like digging in the dirt.
Digging in the dirt. It's like cartoons, dude.
There's another kid over here who's like dancing, doing his own little dance moves. There's another kid who looks like he's laying an egg on one of the bases.
Yeah, and the whole time I'm like, look alive, guys. Let's go. Look alive. Come on, let's play ball, right? And then for the first time, Garrett had to hit off the tee. So they pitch you 5 balls. If you don't hit those 5 balls, they get the tee out and you hit, right? Because we don't want to be there forever.
Every kid gets a hit.
Right. Well, then they have to bring out the tee. Well, for the first time in the season, they had to... And Garrett rips them, dude. Garrett, like, almost every time the ball's in the outfield. He kills it.
Second ball, he gets
second ball, right? Well, this time he didn't. And he like, I don't want to hit off the tee. Throw me another one. And I'm like, buddy, you have to hit off the tee. Because I'm back there, right? Which, by the way, like I feel dirty because I'm back there playing catcher. And I can feel all the ladies' eyes. I can feel
I was waiting
Dude, they're burning a hole
in your non-existent ass
through my shorts. Yes. So then I go, you have to hit off the tee. So he was so mad, and then he ended up crying, and then I have to threaten him. I'm like, dude, this is not a winning attitude, like blah blah blah. So it was a mess. So then finally,
because they played 2 innings.
Yeah, so they get to hit twice and play on the field twice. So finally, the second he hit it, and then they gave him the
game ball.
Well, no, the game ball went to one kid, and then the other game ball was for kid of the season, and Garrett got that. And then one of the guys.
Oh, I didn't even catch that. Yeah. I didn't even know it was for kid of the season.
And I was not involved. Right? Like, I am one of those dads that...
Oh, proud mama moment. I didn't realize it was for kid of the season.
I don't want parents to be like, oh, the coach's kid, right? Yeah. Got the freaking...
Well, you're the assistant to the assistant to the assistant coach.
Oh, yeah, I'm the dummy. Yeah. I didn't even get a shirt,
So you're good.
All the other dads had the shirt. I'm out there in my tank top, right, doing it up.
They figure, why give a shirt to Steve? He's going to wear a tank top anyway.
Well, I'm sure all the ladies were like, don't give him a shirt. We want to make sure that we see those pipes, right? But he ended up with the kind of like the season ball. And what's really cool is the head coach played Major League Baseball. So he actually gave Garrett a bullpen MLB baseball. Cool. So it was really cool that Garrett got it. And it was a surprise to me. The dads did not tell me like, hey, we're thinking about
Yeah.
giving Garrett the ball, which made me happy so that I can be like,
You
hey,
weren't
I was
involved.
not
Yeah.
involved. Which, by the way, I would have said to give it to somebody else, and maybe that's why they didn't include me in the conversation.
Yeah.
Because I would have been like, no, my kid doesn't. Give it to the most improved. Or
She would have been like, make him really want it, so he'll learn it next season.
Yes.
That's what Steve would have said.
That's how I
yeah.
am, right? But it was a great season, and I had so much fun doing it and getting involved and getting to hang out with
Yeah.
the kids and doing practice. And you really get to know the kids. And
I was actually talking to Mama the last game too. I was telling her, I wonder if Garrett loves baseball so much because you and I, like, I'm not athletic, but if I enjoy baseball, I enjoy watching baseball and going to baseball games. And I feel like, does he like it because we sort of pushed that, or is it because it's
think he
really
likes
good
it 'cause he's
quality
good at
time
it.
the two of you have
Yeah,
together,
I think so. Well, yeah, I think he knows that it's father-son time, and I also think that he's very good at it. And I think that, he's just good at it. And I think that builds
But if
confidence.
we had been
and makes you
like, if
want
we had been
to-
like, hey, let's do soccer, more soccer, would he be good and better at that too? I don't know, because we
maybe
never
if I would
really
have played
encouraged
soccer.
soccer.
With him. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, and we definitely didn't encourage football. I played football. I ended up with 4 back surgeries because of it, and I'm
Almost paralyzed, right?
Almost
It's like
paralyzed.
a 16-year-old kid.
Yep, and I just don't want to encourage football. However, I loved playing football. My goal was to rip somebody's head off every single game, and I loved it.
You have the personality for football, yes,
loved it.
for sure.
But does Garrett have an opportunity to get a scholarship playing football as a Trevino? 5'5"? Probably not.
5'5" and adorable.
5 foot. Thank you, baby. Yes.
I mean, I was talking about Garrett.
Oh, well, no, dude. Our last doctor's appointment, she was like, "Oh, he's measuring a little bit above average."
You were so excited.
I was so I'm like, "Sweet." She goes, "He'll probably be like 5'9", 5'10", and I was like, "Oh my God, a 5'9" me? How fucking scary will that be?" Can you imagine this 5'9"? The power that man will have. It'll be unbelievable. But it was a great season, and I know we didn't talk about wanting to talk about that, but it was fun, and I'm looking forward to the next baseball season
Yeah.
because it was fun.
Spring ball, right? They call this fall ball that spring ball. See, I don't even know that stuff.
Spring ball, so
Yeah.
apparently you do. Apparently you do. So it's very exciting, and then we did a show in Kyle, Texas.
Yeah.
Buda, to be specific, but it's all right there. Literally right behind the Cabela's. Outdoor show. Well, it was so sad because I didn't get to play Austin this year.
Because the comedy club
The
closed.
comedy club literally has closed down. 37 years of being open.
Had it really been open that long?
37
That's
years.
crazy.
And that was one of those comedy clubs that they wouldn't even let me do open mic. Like literally, I'd go in there and they're like, "Yeah, you don't get to do open mic because keep Austin weird."
It's a little more hipster.
Yeah, right. I
Yeah.
show up in my cowboy boots and regular guy.
Your belt buckle.
Yeah, and I have a tan. That's in Austin. If you have a tan, they're like, "All right, this guy doesn't belong here."
Not
right?
emo enough.
Yeah, I wasn't emo enough. I wasn't weird enough. I had punchlines. I actually made people laugh. And in Austin, they frown upon that. Like, what is this guy? He's a comedian that makes people laugh? Not here. Not here, buddy. But doesn't mean that I don't love the comedy club, right? I still love the comedy club.
You just love to make jokes about it too.
Yeah.
That's your thing.
So it was great to come back and headline that club, and also that we added shows, and Austin was such a great market for us.
The Austin shows were always fun too.
Yeah, so
They were great crowds.
I figured, okay, if I can do south of Austin, and then we just booked Pflugerville for 3 weeks from now, so I'll do north of Austin, so that hopefully we can get those Austin people to come visit Texas. They can leave Austin and come visit Texas, right? But the Kyle show was it was just, and for me, we had a cold front blow through.
Yes, some cooler weather was so nice.
Right, so a cold front blew through literally Friday night for my first show, and it was 40-something degrees outside, and there was just something about the weather changing that I think, for me for sure, made me feel like, oh, something changed.
Well, you've been sweating it out in outdoor venues,
No, but-
performing on stage.
But coronavirus-wise,
Yeah?
like it has felt the same. Hot and sad, stuck in your house, wearing the masks. You know what I mean? So when that cold front blew through, and it was cool because the place is called Willie's Joint, right? And it's outdoors, but they had fire pits throughout the audience. So to be on stage, you have this audience out there in sweaters and these fire pits. It was just a really cool show.
Gathered around the campfire kind of vibe.
Well, and Willie's, there was 2 houses on this property that, of course, back in the day were rural ranch houses.
Oh.
So one was the green room,
Uh-huh.
and then the other one was the actual bar and restaurant. So it was just really cool that I had my own house for a green room,
Yeah.
and we just got to hang out, and it was just a great weekend. We did something really special Saturday night. I told you about it.
Oh, yeah.
Man, this girl,
Yeah.
guys, her name's Marina, and waitress. She was my green room waitress. 8 months pregnant, and when I tell you this girl she was on it. I mean, in the green room, stocking the waters, stocking the beers, stocking the booze, smile, energetic, and finally I stopped her. I said, Marina, I go, how far along are you? She goes, I'm 8 months pregnant. And I was like, oh, wow. And she goes, yeah. She goes, I'm also a daycare teacher. She goes, I teach daycare during the day. I go, so this was Friday. I go, so how long were you at the daycare? She goes, I got out at 6 and I came straight here. And I was like, wow, right? So then Saturday, we always tip out, right? We tipped her out. And then we see her Saturday, same person, flying, good attitude, ready to go. So I ended up giving her a very healthy tip. And then second show on stage, I go, all right, that's it. Because I see her, I'm on stage, and
Busting
she's
ass.
freaking busting ass. I go, that's it. I go, Marina, come on stage. I go, come here. I go, look how beautiful this girl is. 8 months pregnant. She works 2 jobs. I said, we're going to do something special for her. If anybody in the audience respects somebody who works hard, sometimes it pays off. And today, Marina, it's going to pay off. Everybody who wants to tip her extra, put some money up in the air. Everybody was throwing up 20s. I mean, this girl probably made almost $1,000 Saturday.
That's awesome.
And it was just awesome. And she's in the back crying.
Of course.
It was just a really awesome, and to see that the audience was just as on board
Yeah.
taking care of her as I was.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And we just had that episode last week where we talked about
Tipping.
tipping and sometimes making somebody's day.
Yeah.
Maybe we made her month. I don't know. But I just thought that she deserved something like that.
Yeah.
So it was really awesome, really special show. And so then, we're going to do Pflugerville. I have Houston this weekend.
Yeah. Halloween.
Halloween weekend. Unfortunately, Saturday, because it's Halloween, reservations are a little light, but the rest of the weekend's going to sell out.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to go back to Houston.
I love that club too, and the whole area that the hotel is in.
Oh,
I like
it's
that
fancy
area.
schmancy.
It
Did you
is
like that?
fancy. I like it there. But
Yeah.
but we decided Garrett and I are gonna hang back and do like
The Halloween.
Halloween.
Thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to miss it. Garrett, we got to make his costume.
I gotta make it. I know. I'm gonna.
I told you I would help you.
I'm
If
gonna
you
do
get
the
the,
same. Yeah.
if you get the,
I'll go get the stuff. I just feel like he still wants us to do matching costumes. So not matching.
What am I
but
every
like
year?
Coordinating.
What am I every year?
costumes.
Every year.
A rodeo clown. Every year, Steve insists on being a rodeo clown.
Well, I'm a clown in real life. I might as well be a rodeo clown, and it's an easy costume. Here's the best part about it. What I hate about Halloween costumes is sometimes I don't get to carry all my same stuff. right? They don't have. There's not pockets.
Your man tools.
Yeah,
in
I
your
gotta have my
pockets.
dip. I gotta have my phone. I gotta have my knife. I gotta have my handkerchief, right? So with this, it's just oversized Wranglers, and I still have all my pockets,
Yeah.
right? And I feel comfortable, and I'm a clown anyway, and I love rodeo, so I'm a rodeo clown. And
know.
Garrett's so disappointed in me.
He is. He thinks it's really boring. He doesn't understand why you wouldn't want to be like 3 different things every year.
Yeah, he's like, Dad, again? You're gonna be a rodeo clown again? Come on, Dad.
I'm just glad he still wants to do coordinating costume with me. I feel like this might be the last year I get that. So I gotta make his costume and make my costume and put it all together.
Yeah,
gonna do that.
My favorite one that you guys did was when he was really little. You were the matador, and he was the
He was
bull.
crawling because at the time
Yeah, he was a little
crawling, so he
bull,
was crawling around
and
like
Renee was a
bull.
matador, and back then her ass and those tight
Oh my
pants.
goodness!
Oh my God! I was like, where are these? And she looked so good as a matador. I wanted to stab her. Just like.
Okay.
Yeah, oh, my microphone. Okay.
It's sizzling.
Is that better?
What did you put on the? Can we put it on the outside of the shirt?
I don't think we should put it on the
I was
outside.
gonna say it's usually my
Let me
mic.
stick
This
it up
time
a little
it's
higher.
you.
It's just,
Let's go ahead and stop for a second.
yeah. Just for a second.
We were doing good. So just so you guys know, we're back. We had a little bit of technical difficulties. We had to stop. We come back, and then jokingly, I go, "Hey, Rick, it's your fault," as a joke. And then Renee over here, little stab. Well, it's yours or mine, Rick. It's always my fault. And I'm like, oh, we're going to get that little, I'm having a good day. Positive energy.
Okay. Speaking of good and positive, I have a surprise.
What? You and your fucking surprises, dude. What?
This one is a surprise for you.
What?
I planned.
To have sex tonight.
No.
No.
I planned a trip for you and Daddy Raymond to go to Vegas for a couple of days before the baby comes. Because I know you have been so anxious to go
Whoa.
back, and I heard shows are opening back up, so I think maybe it's getting a little bit back to normal. And I know this has been like a hella crazy year, and I've been pregnant, and I'm no fun, and so I thought you and Dad could go to Vegas just for a couple days and have a good time before the baby comes.
What?
Because after the baby comes, you ain't going to Vegas.
What?
Yes. You're going to leave on a Monday and you'll be back on a Wednesday.
So I have to book my flight?
No, I took care of it. It's done. Flights booked, rooms booked. You guys are good. I talked to Dad. You're good.
What?
Do you like
What
this
do you-
surprise?
No, I'm confused.
Why are you confused?
What do you want?
Wow, Mary.
I don't know what's happening.
No, I don't want anything. I mean, look, after when the baby's like 3 or 4 months, if you want to plan a trip for me, I'm good with that. But no, I don't want anything. I know you've been really missing Vegas, so I thought it would be fun.
Rick, do you know about this?
I had no clue. First of all, anytime she says I'm going to tell a surprise on a podcast, I start getting worried because of how you react.
No, I'm like, I'm so confused. Oh, and by the way, why didn't you just fucking tell me?
Well, because I thought it would be, I don't know.
You know what's happening? What's happening is last week, everybody was like, I agree with Steve. So Renee started looking bad on the podcast.
No.
So now she's like, oh, I'm going to, on the podcast, say that Steve's going to Vegas.
No. What I did tell Rick, what I really wanted to surprise you with was, remember I found that giant nutcracker in Sam's that I thought was awesome? I wanted to have like a giant nutcracker here when we walked in. But I thought, no, let me do a nice surprise instead of an evil surprise.
Steve is stunned right now.
No, I'm so confused. When
I just booked it this weekend.
you bought the tickets, let me see the tickets. You're full of shit, dude.
No, I'm not full of shit.
You're just
Why
doing
would
it
I tell you that
because
I
you're.
bought it if I didn't?
Dude, I know her, and she's like,
No.
"Oh, I'm on the shit end of the stick on the podcast. I'm
Listen,
looking
although
bad."
a lot of people did chime in the comments that they agreed with you last week. You
See?
got a lot of
You see?
100% last week.
She saw that.
No,
She
but
saw. So she's like, oh, I know how to
No.
get these people back on my side.
This has nothing to do with it. Look, there's a confirmation email. Las Vegas. I booked you on.
I'm so fucking good.
I booked you on Southwest instead of American because Southwest was cheaper, but that's because Dad's going too.
Well, and that's another thing. Of course I get to go with the chaperone. She's sending me with a chaperone.
Well,
No, okay,
I
first of
figured
all-
if you were gonna go to
first of
Vegas,
all-
I'm no fun, so there's no point in
If-
going with me.
If this is real,
If this is real,
thank you.
you're welcome.
I'm very excited
You're welcome.
because it has been a fucking rough year.
I know.
And
but
I'm
you've been
so
working
happy.
like 3 times as hard for less than half the money, and so I knew you needed a break, and especially before the baby comes.
Well, and like people don't understand. Like it's hard because you're my drinking buddy.
Yeah.
You're my homie, right? I miss you too. Like
I could tell even this weekend you were like, "Come on, come to the show, come to dinner," and I didn't have it in me this weekend.
you know, it's like, sometimes when I do Vegas, I get there usually 2 days before you get there sometimes.
Yeah.
Right?
And you rally hard.
Well, no, but those days that I'm in Vegas by myself without my wife, it sucks. I want to be with my wife, and then sometimes there's people there with their wives.
Well, I was gonna say, I think it's because our couple friends come, and they're like, "Dude, Steve, you're fun, but you're more fun with Renee."
Well, no, I'd rather be with you, and that's what people don't understand is that I'd rather be with my wife. My wife is my drinking buddy, my homie. We hang out, we have a good time. I don't want to go to. I mean, what am I going to go eat steak with your dad in Vegas? No, I mean, don't get me
No, you
wrong.
can't- Dad doesn't appreciate steak the way you do, so that's probably.
Now, don't
not a
get me
good idea.
wrong. If it's just and by the way, so when I go, for the record,
Yes.
you're going to be okay with me there.
Of course, I booked the trip.
You're not going to be calling me with some shitstorm at home that I can't handle anyway. But that's what sometimes I tell her, I'm like, why are you calling me with this problem when, okay, remember when I went to Tampa
Yes.
and I was on the jet ski? We had that conversation on this podcast?
Yes.
Are we going to have another one of those?
No, that was different. That was a completely different situation. Why are you going back and digging up old shit? I just did something nice for you.
You did, and I'm just like, you just stopped the whole podcast. You guys are always in cahoots. I don't know what's going on. I'm like freaking out. Thank you.
No, you're welcome. So you do like surprises. They just have to be the right kind of surprise.
No, I mean, it's not a
No.
surprise you're telling me. It would have
Well, yeah, because I'm like,
It would have
I'm gonna put it
bothered
on
me.
the calendar, and again, it's gonna be.
it would have
like,
been, it
what's
would have
this?
bothered me if you were like, tomorrow you're leaving for Vegas. Like that would have bothered me.
Oh well, there's no way I could have pulled that off.
No, but I'm saying that if you're giving me enough notice.
Yeah.
Because if I saw correctly, it's the 16th,
It's in like 3 weeks. Yeah.
November 16th to the 18th.
Yeah, like Monday through Wednesday. Yeah.
Ladies, you always say that, oh my God, I want to do what Captain Evil does. Well, she just sent her husband to Vegas with her daddy. So all you guys have a pass. I'll meet you at the craps table. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm like, I'm always trying to get you.
Listen-
and now I can't get her. Like,
Listen, if
that's
you-
why she did it.
If you wanted to stop by one of the designer handbag stores and buy me a really nice diaper bag while you're there,
Motherfucker, see? Son of a
that would be
bitch.
okay.
I will
if
do that.
you get lucky.
I will do that. I will do that for you. How about that?
No, I'm just teasing.
I'll do that. No, I'm happy to do it for
No,
you. You know
I'm
that.
teasing.
Thank
only,
you.
Only if you get really lucky.
Thank you, by the way.
Which I hope you get really lucky.
your
You
dad's
hope you
gonna
get
go?
lucky. Yeah, Dad's gonna go.
I'm surprised.
I know,
dude.
right? It's crazy that he's taking some time off. I think he needs a little break too.
No, look, it really has been a rough year. I mean, and it's one of those things too where not only has our life been completely changed and disruptive, and we are working harder than we've ever worked before.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I have any days off ever lately.
Oh, but
know?
part of that is you too. You have this, like, you are one of those people who has so much anxiety that you have to keep doing something.
just
That's
a-
how you deal with your anxiety.
Well, no, it was getting better because my career was climbing.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
You
get
know,
Yeah.
my anxiety was getting better because I was getting to a point where, the
You
career.
felt like you had breathing room.
I had some breathing room,
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
We're making a little bit of money, and my career is moving forward, and we are selling tickets, and then boom, this happened, and again, it's scary for me,
Yeah.
and it's this. There is no safety net for me. I've never had a safety net, so it is scary, and I hope, and I'm being very sincere, I hope that I can enjoy these 2 days in Vegas without something coming up.
I have a feeling you'll find a way.
Yeah, but something might come up.
What do you mean?
Well, I don't know. Who knows? Business-wise, who knows what's going to happen?
I should have bought the trip insurance, is what you're saying?
Well, no. Nowadays, the airlines are real nice. Oh, you want to change? You can change. You want
yes.
to? No more change fee, please. Come on out. Well, thank you. Now I don't know what to talk about. I'm like, I'm freaking stunned.
Well, I didn't know. I was like, should I buy you and your dad a ticket? But I just know that you and dad both really like playing craps. That's like,
Oh, okay. So
That's your
we'll
thing.
talk about my dad came over this weekend.
yeah,
Grandpa Joe himself.
he did.
Dude, that guy's meaner than hell, man. God dang, dude. That guy. Bro, and that was, dude, my Uncle Eddie came, and my Uncle Eddie was actually shipped to Vietnam a couple weeks after Dad.
Because he's younger than your dad.
I think so. And then Dad reunited with Eddie in Vietnam. At some point, they ended up crossing paths in Vietnam. Now, my Uncle Eddie was my dad's best friend growing up because they were neighbors. And then my Uncle Eddie ended up becoming my Uncle Eddie because he married my dad's sister. Right? So Uncle Eddie comes, he's like, you know what your dad's problem is? He still thinks he's a tough guy. He's like, we're old, man. Can you just chill the fuck out? Like, I don't want to be tough anymore, So Dad and Sarah come, and Sarah's like this stealthy cleaner.
She's quiet.
She's quiet. She doesn't look like she's doing much, but then there's like a stack of clean laundry folded perfectly. And speaking of this one here creating more work for herself,
What
dude,
did he do?
Sarah leaves everything on the sofa, perfectly folded. And by the way, and Sarah's like, oh, I need to put this back in for the wrinkle-free. The laundry could not have been any more perfect. And then Renee is refolding Sarah's folding.
No.
I'm like,
no.
you're a crazy person.
No. Listen, there's a reason. I fold it retail style so that, because this man, I get so annoyed with you. I put your clothes away, and then when I go back to put the next load of laundry, it's just all like, you know how you do the joke about me and the crumbs with the granola bar in my car? Fuck it. That's you with your clothes. You just like, it's folded and you throw it. So I feel like if I fold it retail style, you can see exactly what is on top of that shirt, and you do a little bit better job.
By the way, she comes up to me and she goes, hey, like that. Hey. She goes, I put the laundry in there. Which, by the way, lately I have been loading the laundry, starting the laundry, moving it to the dryer, taking it out of the dryer.
And it's hard for me to get in there with
so
my belly
I'm all
now.
over it. I got it. So then she goes, hey, like that. Hey.
No, I did not.
Hey.
No one believes that.
She goes,
shut your mouth.
She goes, I've been folding it and putting it in your, and I don't even get a drawer, dude. I don't have a drawer. I have this
because-
much of the freaking closet. And I have like where you're supposed to put toilet paper.
No.
That's where my shit has ended up.
I'm gonna go home and take a picture of it on my Instagram and how nice and neatly
But
I have
is
organized
my
for
shit
you.
not where the toilet paper goes?
No, it is this huge cabinet.
I don't even have, dude, she has dressers and all full. I get like, oh, let's put them where the shit paper goes, right?
You're such a jerk. I
See
have
or
tried,
no?
no,
See
I
or no?
have tried to make it
No,
as
very
easy
quickly.
for you
See-
as possible.
see or no?
In the hopes
Is
that you
it-
could possibly keep it organized.
I'm fine with that. And you're right. Is my clothes where
wait,
the
am
shit
I
paper
what?
goes? I'm
I'm
fine
what?
with that. Yes, you're absolutely right.
Okay.
is my clothes where the shit paper goes?
No, the toilet paper goes on the bottom shelf. Yours are all eye level.
You know in the
where you can
restroom,
see
that
everything.
drawer that's supposed to have like the soaps and the towels and the...
No, we have
right?
never lived in a home that has a big old cabinet like this.
Is that the shit paper cabinet? Sí or no?
The toilet paper happens to be on the bottom shelf. Yes.
Okay. Anyway, so I go in there. So then she goes, hey, back to that. Hey. She goes, just so you know, I folded it and it's just everywhere. And then I go, you know what? You're right. And I'm going to try to do a better job of that. And I apologize. Right? That's what I said. And I told her, I go, was that hard? Can I get some of that from you? Can I get a, hey, I hear you loud and clear, and I'm going to do better.
Well, baby, I'm perfect.
You are perfect. Let's be honest. You are perfect.
Kidding.
So then, we're painting the baby room. Dude, and it's like, we talked about it.
Your dad got really into the painting, which is not why we invited them up this weekend. We invited them to come see Garrett play baseball.
My dad's dad, his trade was, he was a house painter. As a matter of fact, I used to call my dad and my Uncle Oscar painters.
Uh-huh.
Right? Even to this day, when I run into people, they're like, hey, how's your Uncle Oscar, the painter? Because they painted, right, for my grandpa. So dad is a very good painter.
Uh-huh.
So I'm in there, right, and he walks in. I'm painting, and he's like, don't hold the brush like that. Why are you holding the brush like that? And I go, well, how do I hold it? Like a pencil. Hold it like a pencil. Those lines look like shit. Those are the lines you're going to do, right? And I'm like, Dad, like, just help. Like, if you want to come in here and help, then freaking help, right? And so he starts painting over there, and he's like, look at this. Who got these rollers? These aren't the right rollers. And you need a screen. Where's the screen? I'm not gonna get yelled at in my own house. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, fuck this, dude. I'm out of here. So I left him in there, and then he's out there like cleaning the brushes, and you need a wire brush. Where's the you don't know how to clean brushes? And I'm just like, oh my God, please, for the love of God. So it was rough.
Yeah. I didn't know. You guys, you kept it together. I guess leaving must have been the right move because I didn't see
That's why I left.
either one of you
I gotta go.
losing your shit.
Because I'm not going to work in that room with him. Which today, hopefully, I will finally finish. Oh, and then Terry, oh my God.
What now?
Dude, she wants it white. I want the ceiling white. So I'm like, okay. So then I have to paint, I have this day bed in there that's right in the middle. I have to move it out of the way. So I'm like, okay, I will finish this corner so that I can put the day bed in there. So I painted the ceiling white. This one comes in and she's like, her fucking face, dude. And I go, what, Renee, what? Yeah, I don't think I want it white. I'm like, motherfucker, dude. I was like, that's it. I go, you need to tell me now. I've just painted a quarter of the ceiling. Okay, leave it white. I'm like, oh mother, like I'm gonna lose my shit.
You had started to paint it and I wasn't sure about it.
I was gonna lose my shit. So anyway, we painted. Wednesday, I got to go visit our friends at Aztec Chevrolet.
Yes, I couldn't go with you because I had a baby doctor appointment.
And I took Garrett.
Yeah.
I took Garrett with me, and Garrett, which by the way, people would come in and take a picture with me. So, one of the main guys, his son, after school, hangs out there. And he made a little cardboard box fort, right? So Garrett, and they're like the same age. So Garrett and this little boy ended up playing together.
Yeah.
But somebody would come in and take a picture with me, and then Garrett would take a break from playing and run into the picture. And he'd tell the kid, like, wait, they need me. And then he'd run over to take a picture with us.
Oh my gosh.
But it was cool to go to Aztec Chevrolet because we are doing a show there Saturday.
Yeah.
And then we are going to do the podcast.
It's next Saturday.
Next Saturday.
Yeah.
Not
You're
this
in
Saturday.
Bevo.
Next
Yeah,
Saturday.
at the Grand.
We will be performing at the Grand. And we are going to have people come and watch us film a podcast at Aztec Chevrolet
During the day.
during
Yeah.
the day. By the way, so much fun hanging out with those guys. Like, there's just something about South Texas and home
Yeah.
and the way that guys we had a great time hanging out, talking crap, enjoying each other's company. People
Yeah.
came in, we gave away some tickets, which by the way we will hold some tickets for some special guests Saturday. to
Did
come
you
to the
guys give
show.
away tickets, promo codes for the special too? For the quarantine special?
No.
No. Oh.
I did not do that. I forgot about that. We also have My Life in Quarantine that you can rent.
Well, no. So when we come back to film
SteveTrevino.com.
the live podcast, we'll take some promo codes for the free special for My Life in Quarantine.
Yeah, no, that's
We should do
awesome.
that.
So big thank you to our friends at Aztec Chevrolet. Join us not this Saturday, but Saturday, November 7th, while we film this podcast in front of a live studio audience in Beeville. So I'm
At the
excited about
dealership.
that. So, and then they were like, hey, you always got a cup, Steve. Why not a little Aztec Chevrolet
I
cup?
saw that. I saw
So now I got my Aztec Chevrolet. Oh, look at that. There's a phone number on there. 361-358-1681. Aztec Chevrolet. So, and I'm not taking the Camaro.
We're not. Oh, yeah. We're not gonna drive the Camaro.
No. Oh, and somebody gave me this shirt. New tank top.
Yeah.
So in Waco, the guy, we meet him and his wife
Uh-huh.
because she wanted me to sign her combat boot. And he was like, hey man, my wife won't let me wear this tank top. He's like, she doesn't like because it says "Como estas, bitches." So he goes, will you wear it? I'm like, hell yeah, I'll wear it. I gotta get things for free so that
So I can buy my very expensive $30 jackets.
I always tell
Post-snakeskin
people,
jackets.
dude, my wife shops for me at Ross Dress for Less so that she can dress for more.
No, that's
that's-
so not true.
That's what we do.
Your fancy tank tops come from Nordstrom Rack.
And when's the last time I bought some from there?
I don't know. Probably last December.
Which, by the way, Sunday we run into somebody that we know who's a fan of the podcast, and she's like, hilarious. Steve's in a tank top.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like,
I said yes. It's true.
no, but do they think that I just wear a tank? It's what I wear every day. Every single day I wear tank tops because they, like I said, you don't pit them out, and you can wear them 3-4 days in a row.
So gross. No, that's not true. You've got mustard or ketchup or something on them. There's no
And
way.
I've been wearing another fan game. This whole outfit's free, guys. The whole outfit is
Are
free.
you wearing the shorts with paint on them, by the way?
But yes, I am. But look what I noticed. The new hat already had, and I tried, guys. I tried.
You already got schmutz on the new hat.
There's the other hat, and then the first day that I started wearing this hat, I had the other hat. And then I was like, oh, I'm going to go outside and work in the yard. I'm going to switch hats. I can't anymore. I just can't.
No.
I'm just going to wear
I noticed the other one is in the garage. So I was like, that's a good idea. I should just like strap it onto the lawnmower. So anytime
It's
you
not
go
happening.
to mow the lawn, you put on that
So
hat.
it already has a little sweat mark on it
I saw that.
right there. Do you see it?
And there's something on the bill too. You got something on the bill already.
Yep, I already. So there's sweat there, and there's, it's a man hat, honey.
Yeah.
It's a man hat.
Yes.
And then you had something else you wanted to talk about. This episode has been very strange
No, that's everything.
because you threw me for a loop.
I,
I still don't believe it's real.
Yay, baby, you're going to Vegas.
Are you sure?
Oh, no. You know what it was last night? I just couldn't sleep last night. You had that mouth guard in your mouth, and you were snoring so freaking loud.
Are you now going to bring up the fact that I have to sleep with a mouth guard? Really? On the podcast? Dude, it's the worst,
It's
dude.
not like one of those like full-on like metal things.
Like
with the rubber
80s.
bands. Yeah, I know.
Remember that poor kid?
Yeah,
Oh, that
like-
poor bastard. Remember that? He'd have to wear the headgear.
Yeah.
Like that poor kid.
This is like the
What
individual
parent is like, look, I'd rather have shitty teeth than walk around with that stupid head guard in the 90s, remember? Oh, shoot.
No, but lately you had been like, oh, now that I wear the mouth guard, I don't snore as much, right? And I was like, no.
No, that's
it's
not what I said. I
worse.
said it's supposed to help with snoring.
I don't know how.
I'm asleep. How do I know if I'm snoring? I go, have you noticed that if I've snored less or more? And you said,
I said I hadn't really noticed. Well, last night I noticed it was loud as fuck.
whoa, potty mouth. So the stupid mouth go. Here's what happened. Remember, we talked about it on the podcast. They pulled my wisdom tooth.
Oh, your dental anxiety, yes.
So then because they pulled my wisdom tooth, it now has my bite changed. So now I have worn down.
You're grinding your teeth.
Yeah, now I'm grinding my teeth. I'm like, leave the fuck,
just left the tooth.
leave it in there. I had less problems when I had the stupid wisdom tooth in there. So now I'm grinding my tooth. Now I have a sensitive nerve. Now I've got a mouth guard. I'm like, I'm falling the fuck apart over here.
Now you know how I feel.
Jesus Christ, dude. Well, you had good energy yesterday.
Well, because I took it easy this weekend. I took it really easy. Because even on Saturday night, I could tell you really wanted me to go to the show, and you were like, but don't come if it's going to, like, ruin tomorrow. Like, I would rather we have an enjoyable Sunday as a family. So I decided to stay home. I literally have to pace myself. If I know I'm going to be up past 9, I got to get a nap in. Like, it's a whole thing.
And we carved pumpkins, me and Garrett. We have a lot of deer in our neighborhood, so they're already munching it down, dude. Garrett's pumpkins, jack-o'-lanterns are just being eaten by the deer. We're basically feeding deer, is what we're doing. I pulled out the guts, threw them in the yard, and literally the next morning, all the guts were completely eaten by the deer. The jack-o'-lanterns were kicked over, and the deer were eating the jack-o'-lanterns. But it was fun, and it was good to have you back yesterday. You had a good energy,
Yep.
and you were almost back to my normal wife. Show everybody your belly.
We did that last week. It's huge.
Well, people need to see it. Stand up.
I feel like I lose my mic every time I stand up. Let's see. We did this already.
Can you zip the
These pants don't have zippers.
no, the coat?
Oh, you're so mean. Now I cannot zip the coat.
That wasn't mean. I'm just asking a question.
I was going to ask if my pants have zippers. I was like, no zippers.
The coat.
Elastic waistband. No, that is mean. No, I cannot. Look, there's no way I can zip the coat.
Now you know how I feel sometimes. Now you know that's how I feel sometimes. I can't zip my coat.
Your little Build-A-Bear vest that you wear when it gets cold.
Don't be stealing jokes, dude. Don't be. And the for those of you that have Showtime, Showtime's doing a great documentary on the Comedy Store.
Oh, yeah.
And it's really pretty cool, and it's cool to see all my friends on there. They did a documentary about the Comedy Store. Unfortunately for me, I had already moved to Texas, so I am not a part of the documentary.
Yeah.
But it was really cool, and you know how many hours and days I spent
Yeah.
at the Comedy Store. So
Yeah.
check it out. And it's cool because a lot of the younger guys that were door guys when I was hanging out there are now being featured on that. So hopefully,
But the actual Comedy Store right now is shut down, right? Like it's
yeah, they're
'cause
not
COVID,
doing
it's not
they're not
open.
doing shows, but it's really cool, and it just brings me back all these memories because they're talking about things that were happening when I was there.
Yeah.
You know, when I was hanging out, things that I saw, things that
If you weren't on the road, you were there every night.
every night. Yep,
Yeah.
hanging out at the Comedy Store. So check it out. I think you guys will really, really enjoy it. With that being said, had a great episode today.
Oh no, but I do, you know what, I do want to say one more thing I want to tell people. If you have not seen My Life in Quarantine, what are you waiting for? Go and stevetrevino.com. You can rent it for 48 hours, and then a portion of the proceeds goes to veteran organizations, and we're going to donate that on Veterans Day, November 11th.
Well, I felt bad because I got a really nice message about, I watched My Life in Quarantine and we think it's great. I teach, we forgot our freaking trophies.
Oh, yeah.
Sonia was so nice. She sent us trophies.
From the pie contest.
From the pie contest.
I got a fancy one.
Yeah, she got a fancy one, and then I got like a crummy second place pie in the face.
Runner up, baby. It's
Runner
called
up.
runner up.
Yeah, runner
You're
up.
runner up.
That's first loser. Let's remember that. That's always first loser. But what was I talking about? Oh, so
My
I got
Life
this
in Quarantine.
message.
You got a message. I don't know what the message is. Tell me.
Well, I felt bad because she goes, I want to be able to do that. I guess she has a Nutcracker performance that they're going to do virtually, and she was like, "How are you able to sell it or whatever?" You know, and I was like, "You know me, I don't know shit." Like I'm like, "I don't know how we do it. I show up, I tell the jokes, and then everything else gets figured out." So I felt bad that I couldn't help her mess. Oh, and then Renee ran into one of our neighbors that said it really helped her that we talked about the miscarriage.
Oh, yes.
And that we talked about our journey at the fertility clinic and all the things that we went through.
To find the humor in that, because it's such, especially when you're going through it, it's such a tough thing. And it's hard to see the humor in it when you're going through it. And I know when we were going through it, you didn't know how you were going to talk about it then. So
that miscarriage, although I've had a lot of things happen in my life, tragic things have happened to me in my life. That miscarriage for us was, as a couple, was probably the hardest thing that we've ever had to go through.
yeah.
You know, and I think that talking about it on My Life in Quarantine shines a little light on two things. One, you're not alone. Happens
sure.
to others.
Yeah.
And two, that for us, there was a silver lining. You know, and that here we are now, what, 7 months?
Yep.
7 months, preggers?
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. I have,
Oh, with
I
Garrett-
have 8 weeks left. I don't know.
With Garrett, we had it to the day.
Yeah.
Every day we're like, oh, this is what's happening today. This is, and we read it. You know, with this baby, we're like, yeah,
No,
screw
now
it.
it's like the countdown. It's like, how much time do we have left to get our shit together?
Well, I will say, I'm going to be done painting, and there's still no furniture.
No, that's not true. There's a bed. There's
There's
a
no
crib.
curtains.
I
there's
ordered
no,
the bedding.
there's no bedding.
That's not true, Steve Trevino. There are curtain rods in that room for you to put up.
No, but there was
That's
the
not
curtains.
true.
Who needs fucking curtain rods? We need curtains.
Curtains are hard to buy online, so I think I need to make a trip to IKEA to buy curtains because you don't know if they're.
What did I tell you about IKEA?
Like,
If I have to sew the fucking curtains, IKEA's like, here's the thread, and here's the sewing machine. $80, and then I'm there. You're gonna see me,
I will make sure to buy pre-assembled.
and it'll be the old one where I have to pedal it. I'm like pedaling. I love you. This is another episode of Steve Trevino and his beautiful Captain Evil. And even though you can't zip up the coat, you look beautiful.
Thank you.
It's time for that snake to shed. That was good, right? That was
He
good.
needs a bigger skin.
Yeah, he's a bigger skin. All right, I'm Steve Trevino, Captain Evil. Please share, please like. We can't tell you enough how much we love and enjoy you guys commenting. Thank you. Goodbye.